Yo.
Yo, yo, yo.
Alright, wait, is my mic better?
I hear
Okay,
buzzing.
okay.
I don't think that's a
I
good
hear
thing.
buzzing. Give me a second. What about now?
I still
Still
hear it a
there?
bit. Yeah.
Okay, hopefully that helps it.
What are you using now? Like a mic?
Yeah, I'm using like a headset mic rather than like wire, because I used wireless earbuds last time.
Ah,
And I'm like, okay, I heard it was like, it wasn't that it was really bad, it was the problem that like it sounded very mucky to me compared to your like mic, which was like really pristine. And I'm like, we should probably have like close to the same quality mics.
you know what? I'll send you the link for these headphones. They're dead ass like $9.
Just, gee, I'm surprised. Where'd you get them from?
Skull Candy.
Oh, like from like their actual website?
Yeah, you know what happened? It was like, you know how McDonald's has the Monopoly shit?
Oh
So
yeah,
my brother peeled a sticker and got like what was it? A
oh free
$20
skull candy.
coupon or something from Skull
Oh
Candy.
shit.
And
All
so he
right.
found these ones and he's like, yo, let's just get two pairs of these. So we both have one. So I have two pairs at home and I
Damn. All
paid
right. All
nothing
right.
for them. No, wait, I think I paid like $2 for shipping, but that's about it.
That's $2. Like that's legit nothing.
$2 for a
Jeez.
quality mic experience.
Yeah. Like when did you get them?
I want to say like a month and a half ago.
Month. All right. All right. Because I was gonna say like depending on like how good the like how long they last as well is like a big thing, right? Because
Well,
if they don't
see, I
last
don't
for long.
because I use like my AirPods mainly, right? Um,
Yeah.
I'm not using these that often. I use these when I'm like gaming, just because
Oh, okay. Okay.
they're like in-ear ones, so the drivers in them kind of they shake you up, right? It's kind of nice. Um, plus the mic is pretty decent, so
Yeah, bro,
I don't
pretty
use
decent
them much.
understatement, man.
Plus they're wired, so I don't like that. So I only use
Oh
them if
yeah,
I'm like
same,
sitting somewhere. I use my AirPods because I'm running around all the time.
same. That's why I had my wireless earbuds in, because I'm like, okay, you know what? I use these the most, and like, if I need to like get up and move a little bit, I can still do it while not having to like hold my phone in my hand. But then I realized like it's the quality isn't that great when I use it. So I'm like, oh, I should probably switch to something like something wired, because wired will always have better like not communication, but like better signal, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
All right,
but
all right. How are you, man? How are you since Wednesday?
pretty chill, yo. Just been studying for stuff, finishing assignments.
Yo, that's a mood.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
have a term test tomorrow. Not looking forward to it.
oh on a Sunday on a Saturday. Whoa.
Yeah, it's calc.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maths usually do it on like Sundays and Saturdays. I don't know why they're stupid like that, but
Yeah.
no, man,
Oh
that's
well.
fair. That's fair. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're gonna do well on it. Calc wasn't too bad from what I
Yeah,
remember.
it's pretty chill.
At least is your professor like nice at least?
Yeah, she's a nice. She's like this. She's a pretty young woman. Um, pretty understanding with stuff. So it's
Oh,
she's
that's
chill.
actually really good. That's really,
Yeah.
really good. Because I remember, like, I've had a couple profs who are, like, a lot older, and, like, when you tell them something, they, like, go off on some other different tangent. I'm like, that's not what I needed help with right now.
That's what my high school teachers were like.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no. My high school teachers were just a lot of the types that would, like, talk about how university, they're not going to help you as much. Everything's on you. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, like, you go to university, it's, like, a complete different vibe. And I'm like, oh.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, it's fine. I mean, end of the day, like, I'm doing decent in these classes now, so like I'm not as mad. But it was kind of an odd thing for them to choose to like scare us.
Yeah. I guess they just wanted to instill a sense of individualism in us so we don't
Yeah,
struggle, which I guess is kind of nice, but it didn't have to scare me, dude.
I know. Like I never understood that because like if they just told me like it's gonna be a little bit more like individual, I'm like okay, I understand that, right? But the
Yeah.
fact that they like went all the way to the extreme and like especially like if you have like an anxiety when it comes to like going into a new environment, Because at least for me, when I went to university, I think I knew only one person first year. So like it was a big jump, right? Going from like knowing almost the entire school to knowing just like one or two people, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So that like that fear factor I never understood, but hey, I guess it did help a little bit with me like having to branch out, make new friends.
yep,
But weird thing.
yeah. I
Yeah,
lived
alright, that's
village first year, so I became close to a lot of the village people.
that's good. They're
So,
always really nice, anyways. I
huh?
remember that. All the guys like who lived in village, the guys and girls there, at least whenever I visited, they were all very chill. Like,
Guys
I
were
don't think
hockey fuckboys and girls were hoes.
so. That's what I mean. They're all
Simple.
chill. They're not gonna fuck around with you. Like, they're not gonna be very prestigious in that way, right? They're gonna be down to earth, which was nice.
Girls were stupid. I fucked with some of the guys though.
Oh man. Uh,
Oh
the only
well.
thing, okay, out of all the like res, because I didn't live on res, I lived in lofts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the res, I think I went to the most was fuck, it started with E. I can't remember the fuck
Erp.
the name is. Yeah, Irv. And like the reason was like one of my ex best friends lived there, and then like I think two other of my friends lived there. The problem was everyone there always had the same dumb mentality, which is weird. Like I realized that with like every single res, everyone had like a different mentality. So like with the no, I think what's the one like across from McDonald's?
Uh.
It's not village. It's
Uh.
like something like that, right?
It's the big townhouses, right?
Yeah, it's
Quarry View.
yeah, Corey View, that's what it was. Um I like because everyone there was just drunk or they did something dumb. They had like one stupid thing they always did with
Yeah, I went
everyone
to
who lived
QV
there,
a lot, yo. I went to
right?
QV a shit ton. Second semester at least.
Oh yeah, because of I know
Yep.
why. I feel like she might listen to us. I'm not gonna say because she and I are still friends, so we're not gonna talk. But like
Yeah.
QV, they always had like one stupid thing they always did. Village was all like fuckboys and hoes. Um, Earth was like they had like a very like odd mentality of like either they were very like left winged or they just opposed everything everyone said.
Yeah.
And then with DeQ, it was just a mix of everyone. Like DeQ was the one place where like there was a mix of everything. It was fun though. I enjoyed it. Um, but it was very odd being someone who lived in lofts going there because I never knew what to expect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it
It was
was
fun. It was
interesting.
fun. No, I'm not gonna lie. I actually kind of regret living in lofts for my first year, just because I didn't have as many people to branch out to and talk to and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think the one like this was something I gave like a tip to a couple of my friends going into first year before was like, don't live on res. It's too expensive. But I think I want to change that. I want to say like, don't live on res if you're someone who knows a lot of people already in the school, because when you go there, you need to build like at least a small network of people because it really helps in the later years. And I didn't
Right.
realize that going into it, right? But yeah, I mean, past regrets, you kind of help other people with them now, right?
Yep, yep, yep.
There's my tangent about res. Yo, I got so many rants and tangents I could go on just from the like last like week. Like, uh, fuck it. Let's do a rant session today. Might as well, right?
Okay, let's go. Spill everything on your chest, dude. Just let it all
Okay,
out.
let's go. Okay, one thing like in my now 3 years of university, something I never thought I would do is like I'm planning to drop a course now, and I never thought I was gonna do it. Yeah, like I thought, no matter how bad it is, I'll like stick it out to the end and I'll do it. But I got this one fucking dumb teacher, stupidest prof I've ever had.
I dropped the course first year for the stupidest reason whatsoever.
Okay, wait, I need to hear this first. What was a stupid reason?
Okay, so it was the very first day of classes.
Yeah,
I think it was second semester. So it was this English course. And so
yeah,
I hop into the school and I'm going to the hall and I open the door and it was the STH halls.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So I go into the room and I sit at the very back, and all I see in the hall is girls. Okay, so I was like, okay, guys will show up eventually, right? And
Yeah.
so I'm waiting for like 10 minutes, and then the prof walks in. She's like this middle-aged woman, and it's like okay, and then two guys show up, and that was it. Two guys
Wait.
in the whole class, and I was like, what? And
Like
later she
two
started
guys.
talking. Two
Wait,
guys,
wait,
yeah,
like, wait, like, was there any like girls? Oh wait, yo, wait, we have
there
an
were.
audio message. Wait, how do you play audio message?
I got a hard question for you guys.
Oh
Would you
shit.
rather kill yourself or commit suicide? I can't decide myself.
Yes, yes. Throw me that dark shit, dude. Whoever this is, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Yo, sorry, that was like we were like going on a tangent about professors. Man comes out of nowhere, like asks us, "Would you kill yourself or would you murder yourself or
I
commit
jump in front of a
suicide?"
bus. It seems fun, yo.
I would jump off like I would do cliff diving. That would be a fun way to go.
Whatever's
Cliff
painless
dive.
works, yo.
Okay, wait. If I go cliff diving, I have to do like a full like swan dive in then, like make sure I hit some rocks. I can't go like I can't do anything. I gotta do swan dive, no cannonballs. Go head first.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So back to my class, right?
Oh
So
wait, I have a question about wait. Was it like just two guys and a bunch of girls, or just two guys?
two guys and a bunch of girls.
Okay, okay, okay.
And so I was like, yeah, I can't do this. She started talking, and 5 minutes in, I got up and left. And I was like, yep. I went out, went to the library. I went to fishbowl, and I dropped out of the course.
Okay, you're a win. I mean,
Yeah.
fair enough. I honestly like. I wouldn't. I'm not like holding that against you. That is a good reason to fucking drop a course and like there's no other guys in the class. That would be weird. Okay, my reason is like it's a more like a reasonable reason rather than there isn't enough fucking guys in the class. Because okay, so I'm in operations. That's my like concentration now, right?
Okay.
I love it. I love operations. I love logistical work. I even like the little nitty gritty stuff of like project management and shit. I enjoy it. Okay, so this professor, he gives us our first assignment as like a group, and we have to use what's called Microsoft Projects. It's basically like Excel, but you now have like the option to like use resources and like assign tasks and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going through the project, we get the instructions, and we go through it, and everything looks good, at least from our eyes. We didn't have any like full tutorial on what we were supposed to do. We just got like a set of instructions, said do it. And we're like, okay. Me and my group looks at it. We go through it maybe 3 or 4 times, and we're like, okay, this is maybe like 80% at least. We have to get at least an 80 on this. So
Okay.
we submit it. We got it back yesterday. We got fucking 66 on it. And I'm
Nice.
fucking dumbfounded. I'm like, wow. I'm like, I did not think I would do that bad. So I'm like, okay, you know what? He gave us like a rubric and some comments. So I went through the comments, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because it was like the most subjective comments I've ever heard of. Like, you know how have you ever done like law classes or like, you know, English classes, how everything's like subjective to the opinion,
Yep.
right? But like if you argue your opinion good enough, it's still a passing grade, right? No matter what the prof thinks about it.
Mm-hmm.
He is more like if it doesn't fit his narrative, he fucking hates it.
Oh.
Where like, yeah, it's so stupid. To the point there was like, so one thing we had to do is we had to add deadlines to our dates, right? So like certain, like we had to put two deadlines in there so that our project was like quote unquote on time. And at least we had to have one deadline that passed the deadline date. So say our deadline was March 3rd, the project actually ended, that task ended on April 3rd, right? So you get
Okay.
what I'm saying there?
Mm-hmm.
So we did that, and we put it like as our second thing, because our second thing was like the planning phase. We're like, okay, theoretically, if we're doing like a project, if our planning task isn't done on time, we're screwed,
Mm-hmm.
right? That one, we need a date. He literally, his comment first was um your deadline should not be one of your starting things. It's not nice. And he took out full marks from that. And I'm
The
looking at
fuck?
it. I'm like, what? I asked him like, is this right? He's like, yeah, it's done right. You did all the things correctly. It just shouldn't be at the top. I'm like, but can it be at the top? He's like, yeah, it can be, but it shouldn't be. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, sure. We go into the next thing. The other one was we added extra constraints onto our thing. So for our 2 deadlines, we put that like it has to finish no later than this date. It has to finish no sooner than this date. We did that so that like it works, right?
Mhm.
And it was mostly because he didn't tell us how to add deadlines. We just had to learn it ourselves. And I asked him, like, he says no, like, we lost marks because we added quote unquote extra restraints. I'm like, how do you do it without extra restraints? He's like, oh, you just have to go into the add thing, click deadline, and that's it. And, like, there's a full page of things that you have to add for the deadlines. He didn't tell us that we had to do anything else. He said was put a deadline.
Okay.
And my dumbass looks at it and we see the entire page, so we fill it as much as we can of that page. And he's like, that's not right. I'm like, but you didn't tell us that. He's like, yes, but you should have inferred this information. I'm like, from fucking where? And I'm like, all right, fuck, sure. You know what? Again, my quote unquote fault. Now
Yeah.
this is the one that like fucking pissed me off the most out of all the things. So if you ever do a project, right? Be it like you're doing something like in project management or anything, right? If you go over the like deadline date of the overdue date, it is wrong, correct?
Mhm.
Like say you're doing like you're exporting a file in like a video editing software and it goes on like it says it's not rendering there's a problem, right? You look at it,
Mhm.
it's like, okay, this is not completed, I need to fix something, right?
Right.
So with our project we were on time, everything was correctly done, so like our deadline, we were within the deadline, we had everything perfect. Mwah. That was not supposed to apparently happen. We were supposed to go overtime.
The fuck?
And I'm looking at and I literally, while I'm asking him these questions, I open up the instructions. Doesn't say that anywhere. And I'm like logically thinking about this. If we went overtime, I would 100% have been going through the document more, trying to cut down things. And he's like, no, if you did this correctly, you should have been overdue. And I'm like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah, that's
I'm like, all right, I fucking given up. He has other like his tests are stupid too. Like I could go on a full-on like 3-hour tangent about how bad of a professor this man was, and still is. Oh, if you ever have to do like a supplementary course, like you just need to do a non like major course for anything, do not do project management. And if you do project management for whatever fucking reason, do not get the professor a Clen Classian. Man, it's so. Oh.
There's a lot of people that take computer science courses for like electives. And I'm like, why are you doing this to yourself?
Yo, that's a bad move. Computer. I had like like not just you, but I had like a couple other friends who did it. They like went on so many tangents about how shitty it was.
Well, I mean, see, it's not okay, so it's fun, but it's not
Yeah.
fun. Like it's like mentally draining, dude.
Okay. It's mostly like math, isn't it not?
It's like half math, half programming.
Okay, okay.
There's
Okay,
a
so
lot
if
of
you
shit they
enjoy
don't
like
teach you.
Oh, okay,
Like the
okay.
whole
I mean,
networking aspect of stuff, they don't teach you any of that, which is
but
I
isn't it
in
aren't
my
you in
opinion
BCom?
very important. Yeah.
Wait, but aren't you in BCom? Yeah, that's like like a big thing of business is networking. That's a huge
Yeah.
part of everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, you know what? Networking is one of. Okay, wait. If you are an extroverted person, networking comes really, really easily, and I guess not learning about it is okay to an
Pause. I
extent.
think we're talking about two completely different kinds of networking.
Okay, wait, what type of networking are you talking about? I'm talking about like the social networking.
Oh no, I'm talking about like electrical networking.
Oh shit, they don't teach you that?
No, like
Wait,
wires and shit.
what?
Like how we get Bell service from the Bell servers to our house. Like that's
Yo,
not taught to
wait.
us.
You're BCom. That's a
No, I'm a
big part
B.
of communications.
I lied. I'm BSc.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Sorry, I had a brain fart.
It was like BCom communications, like a big part of that is like wiring of everything.
Yeah, no, but computer science is more
But still, wait, computer science, you still need to know wiring.
yeah, we
You
should,
need to,
but
you should
they don't.
understand it. Okay.
It's more like a programming based course, so which I
Okay.
enjoy. I'm good at it, but I feel like they
Yeah.
still need to teach us more.
I mean, that's fair. I guess a lot of like the electrical like wiring and stuff, you can learn it online. I mean, if you're someone who likes those kind of stuff, like the basic thing I can tell you to try doing is building a PC. Because
Been there, done
not gonna
that.
lie, I know it's so much fucking fun. I literally did
Yeah,
like a week ago. I had so much fun playing around with that shit.
yeah.
And like it was for my little brother. Like right after I was done that, I was looking at like I want to get a PC now just to rebuild it myself. Just
The
mess
first thing
around with
I
the
did
bar.
was a couple when I was like 16. I had we had like three super old PCs sitting in the basement,
Yeah.
and some of them didn't work for whatever reason. And I ripped them all open, and I ripped them all open, picked out the parts, and tried to put one working PC together, which worked out pretty nicely. It's actually
Yo, man.
sitting right next to me right now. I use it from
Hey.
time to time.
Yo, I need. If I could give
It's
you a
super
plasma, I would give
outdated and
you.
stuff. It's
Yo,
super
that's still
outdated,
good. That's still
but
good,
it's
man. Like
like
being able to
if
like do that.
if I need a Windows computer for whatever reason, I have it sitting right here and it works just fine.
That's
It's not my
true.
regular though. I use my Mac for my regular shit, but
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah. I mean,
sometimes there's some programs that don't run on my Mac, so I use that. It's just
okay,
an
yeah,
HDMI
that's a
plug-in
fair
away.
point. I think my one problem I had like is just how expensive it is to like get all the features you want. Like with like my laptop, I have an Asus laptop, but it comes with like Windows already installed, right?
Hmm.
Like just to get a key, just to have a Windows on like a brand new PC, you have to pay $100, right? And like the small little tweaks, it's 100, another 100, $200. So like even building a PC for me was just if I'm ever building one, it will be more for like gaming or for me to like download any other softwares I already have and move it onto there.
See,
Or
you're a
like if I'm
funny
doing
guy.
edit.
This is where being a computer science student helps. I've built four PCs and I've never paid for Windows.
How do you get Windows for free? I've tried so hard. I shouldn't be like
Well,
endorsing people to do like a pirating stuff, but like even looked at like pirating of it, it doesn't work properly. And it's like a lot of the stuff like Phoenix, so I'm like, okay, I'm never gonna do that for Windows. How do you
you
get
can
Windows
download
for
you download
yeah.
free ISO files. So it's like an image it's an image file,
Okay.
and then they'll ask you for a key to activate, but you just say I do not have a key. And there you go. Now you're in.
But like Windows doesn't work properly if you don't give it the activation key.
Mine are working pretty well. So I don't know.
Yo, what the fuck? I tried that. Like I was like, okay, no, because I was helping my brother with it, right? So we tried it, and like Windows, like, oh, we don't have a key, and we moved the ISO file. It didn't work, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna give up on that. So legit, because I have a 2 terabyte hard drive, right? Like an
Okay.
external hard drive. So I'm like, okay, if I ever build a PC on the hard drive, I have Photoshop, um, Premiere Pro, and like After Effects. So I'm like, you know what? If I ever build it, I'll use it more for like editing work and like maybe gaming,
Okay, you know what you
right?
do?
But
Do you have an extra hard drive
like
just sitting
hard
around?
drive is how many? How many like gigs and teras?
Enough to hold those three programs that you just talked about.
I think so, yeah.
So what you do is you export all those files onto an external hard drive.
Yeah.
Then you don't set up your computer as a computer, you set it up as a virtual machine.
Oh shit. Okay, see, here's the thing. I thought about doing that. I just don't understand virtual machines enough to do it.
About virtual machines today. Okay. Um, I was working with my uncle this summer, and he has like
Yeah.
this pretty established networking company. So that's where I
Yeah.
was, and I learned all about it. It's pretty cool. So basically, how a virtual machine works is I can use my machine. So I have a box sitting next to me right now. It's called a computer, but I call it a
Yes.
box. Okay. Now I can
Yeah.
set this box up to be a virtual machine, so I can run Windows from my Mac. All I need to do is input the virtual machine's IP address into my browser, and then I can run the Windows computer on my Mac. Now how that works is I'm not going to download a version of Windows, let's say, onto my box. I'm going to download an ISO file, And so what that ISO file allows
Okay.
me to do is to access all of the Windows perks and features without actually having a version. So if you're sitting at your house in Oakville, right? I think that's where you live.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so I can give you the IP and you can use my computer sitting from your house. All you need is a stable internet connection.
Shit. So basically, it's like a casting, just like a lot further of casting or
Basically.
something.
Now,
Oh,
if
okay.
you have a really just a completely AIDS computer with some stupid specs on it, you can run like multiple
Yeah.
users can run on the same machine. So like I can use it, you can use it, your brother can use it, my brother can use it. We can have 4 people running on the same machine, but everybody has their own individual computer technically.
Yeah, that shit's confused. Like, I think I have to like do it and understand it, but I kind of understand.
If you ever want to run through, I can show you exactly how it's done. It's pretty cool.
You know, okay, once COVID ends and we're like able to meet up in person, man, 100%, I'm gonna like, I want to learn about that because I love like, because I've heard, I have a YouTuber that I follow. His name is Some Ordinary Gamers, and he
Hmm.
talks a lot about that aspect, and I'm like, I enjoy it because it's a very cool like thing, but I
It's an
never
interesting
understood how
it's
to
an
do it.
interesting concept because I can have a computer with amazing specs without actually having the physical components of it.
Yeah. And that's like my
So
big thing, because like, okay, say if I made into a virtual machine, right? Would I still be able to run like say Steam on it away from like a Mac or a PC? Like, okay, because like if to use the virtual machine, you need to have like either like a computer or a laptop that already has everything on it, and
hmm
then the computer itself, right?
hmm
Like the one that you're making, like your box. So if I
hmm
run like if I use the box, make it be my virtual machine, and I like cast my like laptop onto it, basically, right?
you cast the box
Would I
onto your
still
laptop.
cast a box onto my laptop, right?
Hmm.
And so basically that allows it so that I can use my laptop on my box, right?
So basically, what's happening is your laptop will just be like a display and a keyboard. All your laptop will serve as is a display and an input. But all the muscle in the computer is sitting in the box that's not even connected to your laptop.
Okay, so the literal like mechanics of it, so the graphics card, the motherboard, everything is up to the specs of whatever my computer has, like my
Nope, it's
box.
whatever your box has. Yeah.
Yeah, so my box has, but then my laptop, like say, so my laptop has Intel Core i7, but
Uh-huh.
say my box has like i9,
Hmm.
it'll run as an i9 system.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I have
Oh
I don't know if you know what
shit.
a server is. Do you know what a server is?
Kind of.
It's like a big computer. Big companies use them. Uh,
Yeah,
Virtual
like
machines are
usually
set up.
like it's an intranet, right? Like it's supposed to be like an internal network.
Kind of. But it's basically a computer that's massive. It's like 60 pounds. It's stupid. I have one running in my basement right now. Um,
Oh shit, alright, damn.
yeah, they're
Okay.
expensive. The one I have costs like 56 grand. Um,
50. Ooh.
56 grand for this machine. It's an industrial machine. It's not meant for home use, but I got my hands on it, so I have it. But it's running in my basement. I'm sitting at, I think I have how much storage? I have like 150 TB of storage. I have around 65 gigs of RAM. It's a pretty crazy machine.
Wait, yo, wait. 150 terabytes?
Yeah,
Yo, what the fuck?
yeah, because it has multiple hard drives sitting in it, right?
Yeah, okay.
Mul
Oh, I think I know
multiple
what you're talking about now.
multiple hard
Yeah.
drives, multiple RAM cards. So it's
Oh, is it like okay, wait. Is it supposed like is it okay? Is a server supposed to be like those giant like towers that have like multiple different layers into it? Usually
that's
like
called a
when
server.
people talk,
It's called that's called a
yes,
server
that's
rack. There's and like the multiple layers. Each layer is a server. So each layer is a computer of its own.
oh shit, okay.
So the computer I have right now, right? I can
Yeah.
share the IP with you and you can connect to it and I'm connected to it and I can probably have 100 people connected to it at the same time and I'll still get like an amazing user experience from the machine.
Damn, all right. Yo, I gotta like one of these days we gotta test it out. Cause I want to try that shit, but
What?
I need to do it after COVID because I want to be nearby you so I understand what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to bring my server down to St. Catharines because that shit's like it's heavy, yo. I don't
You
want to
know,
carry
that's
that
fair.
shit
No,
around.
I'll probably link up with you one day,
But I'll
like
probably
probably
plug it
during like a
in.
reading week or something.
I'll leave it plugged in here, and then I can show you how it all works. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And anyways, like during like a reading week or something, like post COVID, I might like link up with you at your place, and so we can sit down and like you can go over everything as well.
Oh
Because
yeah,
I enjoy the
absolutely.
technological side of everything as well, right? Knowing
Yeah.
how a lot of these things work. Mostly because let's be honest here, as we continue going on with the future, more shit's gonna be evolving, right? And especially with technology. I mean, a great example of this was Elon Musk was talking about his Neuralink, right? Where
Yeah.
now, are you like a big anime fan? I don't know if you
I
do
don't
you know
fuck with anime
anime?
at all. Yeah.
Damn. No, cause there's like a joke going around right now because there's an anime called Sword Art Online,
Okay.
and basically the entire premises of it is like a virtual like game, a VR set where you put it on and you're now in this like game and you're able to move around in the game without moving your body. You're basically playing the entire game with your mind, right? And the entire anime is set in the year 2022. Now, in 2021, where we are, Elon Musk created like the Neuralink, and he's able to make a monkey play a game online using its mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so everyone's like fucking freaking out, saying like, "Oh shit, it's happening!" Fucking anime's predicting some stuff. Yo, wait,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Someone's on the call on the line with us.
What?
Apparently, there's like a call. Wait, what does this do? I don't want to click the call button because I don't know if it ends our conversation.
What are you looking at right now?
Okay, wait. So you see, like you right now on stereo, you see my face, right?
Yeah.
Underneath it, there's like the share button. The
Mm-hmm.
middle one's like the audio button, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do you not see like a third one with like with the phone or something?
Oh no, I don't see that. I just see a text bubble with a play in it and a share button.
Okay, give me a second. Wait, I'm gonna screenshot this. I'm gonna send it to you on Snap. It might be, like no, cause like that I've never seen that before. That's why. So I'm like, oh shit, that's new. Let me see. Where are you, Sid?
Oh, we just got a message.
They made a movie on that, I don't know if you ever seen it. I forgot the name of the game, but the kid puts the helmet on and then basically you're inside the game pretty much. Like you're inside the game, you're controlling through your mind, and anything that happens in the game you basically feel it within your body. But the way how they made the movie, you basically could die in real life if you die in the game pretty much. There's no restarting back. You only have a certain amount of lives and then that's it. So that's crazy how you're speaking about that. That's insane. But that's how they're gonna make it. I spoke about these things. I'm like, look what they have now. They have the VR headsets now to where you can play the game, looking and moving around and whatnot. It's gonna be to a level to where you don't have to move. You just sit down in your chair and then you're in the game, and then that's where people are gonna basically be cooked. You're gonna turn into a game zombie pretty much. You're just sitting there and you're basically living in the game because it's so real, right? So reality doesn't mean nothing to you no more.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of the
Shit.
movie, but yeah,
Yo, I
I
swear that's
remember seeing that.
SAO. Yo, okay, wait, I gotta check. That's Sword Art Online. That's literally the premise of Sword Art Online. Okay, wait, I need to check this now. Okay, video game movie. Yo, I swear that's Sword Art Online. I might be wrong, 100%. Um, but what was he like? His entire thing is like 100% valid. What he said about people turning to game zombies. At least, okay, because I don't know if I sent it to you on Snap last night. I got an Oculus Rift or Oculus
Hmm.
Quest, right? And like I downloaded Beat Sabers because everyone fucking like gotta get Beat Sabers. So I'm playing it, right? And like at least there's the movement factor, but the second I turn it off, the switching between being in reality and being in the VR is so weird.
Yeah,
Especially like when you start like watching YouTube videos like where it's like 360 view and you're like yesterday I watched one that was like under the sea and it was like knowing it's not real is one thing, but like I have a fear of being underwater. Mostly, I had like a little bit of trauma in the past about that, but I still felt that trauma while watching it. I knew I wasn't underwater. I could still breathe properly, but I felt that like feeling in my chest of like I can't breathe properly because I'm underwater. It was just weird. So him talking about like the change that we're gonna change into gaming zombies, people are gonna be more in tune with like virtual reality than reality. I 100% agree with that, and I am fucking terrified. I still need to find this movie about the one that you guys were talking about.
Yeah, no, I remember. Like I don't. I wouldn't say I remember watching it, but what he said really rung a bell. Like I feel like I know what he's talking about.
Is
It
it
seems
Stay
extremely
Alive?
familiar. I couldn't tell you, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So okay, yeah,
interesting.
that's the one. Yeah, it's Stay Alive. It's like, but it's more. Yo, I gotta watch this movie now. I gotta watch a couple of these movies. They look fucking cool.
If you
But
want
yeah,
some
no, the
shit to
one
fuck
I
with your head, watch
yeah.
Black Mirror, like any Black Mirror episode.
See, I remember watching episode, I think it was 3, but I was baked out of my mind.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah.
like watching it like I just remember watching it being like, because my friends watched it before and they're like, yeah, it's really confusing, and I'm like, this is way too confusing.
Yeah,
I
it really fucks with your head. It's it's funny because a lot of it is a lot of it has something to do with what happens in reality. And it's weird because they predict this kind of
Mhm.
stuff like years before, and that's exactly what we're going to right now.
Oh shit. Oh yeah,
It's
someone
interesting.
talked about that recently. I think it was a YouTuber I was watching. I think it was either yesterday or the day before. They were talking about how there's a lot of new like TikTok houses that have been coming to life. So like I know Hype House exists right now.
Mm-hmm.
Before that there was the gaming house of FaZe, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there was like this English one that came about called Wave House or Wave TV. And so like a lot of people like he was like speculating that this could be like a big like Black Mirror thing where like they just created this just to show how like anytime there's like a house people love it because like if you watch they have like 7 videos, no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Like they had like 7 videos entirely about them just moving to the house, and like nobody understands what they're going on, but like they have 2 million like 200 million likes on their things and stuff, right?
Hmm.
And I'm like, what the fuck? So he's like, if this was like big Black Mirror thing of like how the instant you just become a house, people just like you instantly. I'm like, that would be a really cool thing, right? But you were talking about Black Mirror. I'm like, that would be an extremely cool thing if they were able to do something in actual reality, something even like a no, mundane civilians, people who are not actors, can fuck with, and they even realize that that would become like a big thing for me.
Yeah. It's there's a bunch of episodes that are just at like I've seen a bunch of them like multiple times, and it's like hard to watch every single time just because of how much it like fucks with your head.
Okay, you know what?
Shut
I'll
Up
put
and
that onto my
Dance
watch
is
list.
like Shut Up and Dance is a good episode.
Okay, you know what? I'll watch that tonight, man.
It's
I'll
a really
remember that.
fucked up episode. Um,
I'll remember that because that I wanted to watch Black Mirror, but like a lot of people tell me don't watch like certain episodes. So I'm like, oh, I need to like make sure I
it
check
depends
up on that. But yeah, I'll watch.
how prepared you are mentally.
I've seen some messed up stuff, so I think I'm like.
I like watching fucked up shit, so I'm all in for Black Mirror.
All right, okay, you know what? I'll check it out. Also, I finally found the movie you guys were talking about. It's Jumanji, the new one, so the one with like Dwayne the Rock and Kevin Hart. Oh, we got a message, right?
Yeah, I found the name of a movie you could call watch. It's called Virtual Player One. But they have a whole bunch of them out there. They just started making a whole bunch of movies based off the original one that I watched. But Virtual Player One, watch that one. That movie is sick. basically they're in the reality, but they're in their suits going inside a virtual car, basically. But in the reality, they're going in a car. Right, so it's crazy.
Oh
Basically,
yeah.
it's like that. It's so real that you don't know it's so real. Basically, it's nuts. Watch it.
Yeah.
Right?
It's one of
Yeah,
those
Ready
things where you
Player
can't
One.
tell.
That's what it's called. Came out in
Yeah.
2018.
It's
Yeah,
one of those things
Ready
where you
Player One
can't
was
differentiate reality from not reality, I
from
guess.
yeah, especially one like I've never had a VR set. I never did much about it. So now, like when I first got it yesterday, I like started fucking around with all the features on it. I started to realize how weird it was, like how like the decognitive like thing that like you take off the headset, you're like, holy shit, where am I?
Hmm.
Especially the movement thing. And yeah, I've watched Ready Player One. I read the book of it too. Both of them are very, very cool things. And the idea behind it, fuck man, I loved it. Oh wait, we have another
Right,
message real
you
quick.
guys, a big thunder question here, right? How much
Oh
money
shit.
would it take for you to have bump sex with a fucking double-ended 14-inch black dildo?
Wow.
What?
Um, I don't know, yo.
$1 billion.
You're ready
Wait,
for
am I
your
doing
ass to
something?
be ripped open for $1 billion?
Yo, if I have $1 billion, I can fucking fix up any shit, man. Yo, remember, $1 billion. Now you know what? We'll go even bigger. 1 trillion. If you can make $1 trillion somehow, fuck it,
Oh, there's
sure.
another one. There's another one.
Don't laugh. Answer it seriously, you fucking...
I love that, man. But no, seriously, if you can make $1 trillion appear, 100% sure I'll do it.
No thanks.
No thing, $1
No
trillion is
thanks.
what I say. Because at that point, I'm the richest man in the world. You know what? Fuck it, sure, trillion. It has to be trillion USD. No other currency. It has to be USD as well. No, man, if I say 1 trillion, man, someone might come up with a fucking trillion yen. Right?
If we're going up to 1 trillion, it has to be 22 inches!
Man's going
This guy's
hard
probably
on this thing.
American, yo. He's probably American.
Yeah, I feel like, I feel like he has one of himself. That's why he's like, he knows how it feels like. He's like, he needs someone else to suffer his same pain.
Hey, dude, if you're
I
into
feel like
that
he's
kind of
also,
stuff, bro, I don't judge you.
yo, man, 100%. To each their own. You enjoy shoving a 22-inch black dildo up your ass? All the power to you. I feel like he's ready as well. Like he has one right beside him. Like anyone, the second someone says anything that's within his budget, he's gonna like fly or drive over to them and make him do it.
I
Oh,
love
shit.
to shove your mom's tits down my fucking throat!
Wait, what did you say? I didn't get what you said.
This is why I don't like stereo.
I enjoy it because like you get those stupid shit. You get to laugh about it too. Your other viewers get to listen to it and just laugh about what the fuck we're on. Oh man, that was something different. I never expected that. Oh, yo, wait, did I ever tell you about my like first like 2 horror stories on stereo?
No, you didn't.
No, I haven't. Yo, okay, today's a great day. We've gone over like lectures, rants, and now you get story time as well.
Let's get it.
Yeah, so like my first one was like 2 weeks ago on Thursday, right? And I told you I was gonna try it out. So this is, oh wait, shit,
Little
okay, wait.
butter, more like little butter gonna fucking get
All right, yeah.
I don't think he's
Continue.
American. I think he's English. Man, that
Whatever.
accent's too heavy to be American.
Little butter 07, more like little bitch!
All right.
We can mute. We'll mute them if they send another one. But anyway, so my first ever one, right? First ever stereo call. And I get on, and I'm talking to this guy. He has a very like heavy American accent. So I'm like, he's somewhere from like the lower ones, and we're talking. He's like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm from Canada. What about you?" He's like, "Oh, I'm from Mississippi. Have you ever been to Boston?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have been to Boston. It's a really cool place, but I've never been to Mississippi." Now, me being a dumbass, I didn't know that Mississippi was a state. I thought it was a city. And he's like, "Yo, what the fuck are you talking about? You've been to Boston. Mississippi's the state." I'm like, "Oh, my bad. Sorry." So we go on. He's like, "Yeah, I'm from the Mississippi Police," and I'm like, "Oh, that's really cool. Good for you, my guy." And he's like, "Oh, where are you from? Like, what city?" And I like lied to him. I'm like, I'm fucking Mississauga, right? Don't need this weirdo coming up to me." And then
Mhm.
he changes his accent, goes into a Scottish accent. He's like, "I lied to you, man. I'm from fucking Ottawa." And I'm like, "Whoa, fucking big change of accent." But all right, now he's from Ottawa. And he goes on, he's like, "I'm from the CRA in Ottawa," and I'm like, I'm searching for like motherfuckers. I'm like, all right, they're great.
Alrighty.
And then he changes his accent again to fucking Indian. So the plot thickens. He's now not from of Ottawa, he's from Delhi in India. And he's like, I'm not gonna do an Indian accent because I'm way too lazy. But he's like, "I'm actually looking for my daughter in Canada." And like he's like, "Yo, you sound like brown. Are you brown? Are you Bangladesh?" And he starts speaking in like a Bangla to me, and I'm like, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking, man. I'm not from Bangladesh." And then he switches from Bangladesh to Hindu, and then to Punjabi, and then back to English. And at this point, I'm like, "What the fuck, man? Are you good?" He's like, "Yeah, no, I'm looking for my daughter. She's in Canada. I haven't seen her in 14 years." And I'm like, "All right." I'm like, what do you need help?" He's like, "Should I go meet her?" I'm like, "I guess so. Like, if it's your daughter, you should probably go and like, say, 'Hey, what's poppin'?' or something." And then he starts to cry.
Oh God.
And I'm like, "Are you good, my guy?" And at this point, so I'm listening to him cry for like a good 10 minutes. He then switches his crying to like goat noises. Like, I'm like, are you like okay? You're like now like with some goat noises. Are you good?" He's like, "Are you making fun of the way I'm crying?" And then he starts like attacking me in another couple of different languages. I just like skip him. Like, fuck this guy. It's my first ever like usage of stereo. I get the weirdest. I got like omega level weird of people.
Yeah, yeah. This is a weird app, yo. I don't
I
don't know. I
fuck with
liked
like
it.
if you know people. Yeah, like if you do something like what we're doing right now, it's fine. But if you just go for like random people, it's weird. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Well, okay. Well, what conversation were we on before the 14-inch and 22-inch dildo came into play?
That's a good question, dude. I don't remember. I do not remember.
I think we were on. We were talking about VR shit.
Right.
Um, So, because the other viewer, the one who was talking about it, what was his name? It was something God. Um, oh wait, we have a message.
What's the
Oh.
scariest thing that's ever happened to you?
Oh, I guess we're on a different topic. Scariest thing that's ever
Yes,
happened
proper insight. Thank you, woman.
to me.
Thank you.
Here, I'll give you your. You want to start with this one? Because I have to actually think about what the scariest thing that's ever happened to me is.
Scariest thing. Well, actually, that's a hard one. That's a hard one to. I don't know,
Okay.
to be honest.
I think I know. Okay, no, this was the scariest moment so far. So in first year, I told you I lived in a loft, so I didn't have many friends, right?
Mhm.
So for me to should I answer? You know what? We'll listen to the audio real quick and then I'll answer.
Okay, then what's the weirdest thing that's ever happened?
Here, I'll finish up
You go
my
first.
like scariest one, and then we'll do the weirdest thing. So first year didn't have many friends, so I decided to like try to like make as many friends doing some weird shit. So we were out partying one night, right?
Uh-huh.
And you know how university students party, like we don't know our limits. So we kept going, and at this point, this is like my first time drinking as well. And so I got extremely intoxicated. But even like when I wasn't like to the point where I blacked out, I still knew what I was doing. And at that point, everyone was making out with everybody. It was a
Nice.
weird it was a weird thing, but I joined in on that obviously because fuck it, why not? And then this happened like 2 or 3 times, right? This one girl, for some reason, she just didn't like me. But in her drunken state, she put herself on me and made out with me. And then decided to tell 3 fucking huge guys to that I like sexually assaulted her. So it was extremely terrifying because they called me down, right? And like they like it seemed chill, like it didn't seem like they were about to fucking murder me. They like pushed me into a corner and like they started yelling right in my fucking face. Now the thing is, if it's just one guy, I'm not like terrified of it. 3 of them. I could not run. I can't do anything. I had to take the full like yelling from them. And like luckily they did not swing, because like that would not have ended well for me or for anyone. Especially because like, have you seen the amount of rings I have? Like usually,
Yep.
like when I go out, I have like right, like if they swing, I'm swinging back, so at least I'm gonna hurt them, and like I'm gonna like with all the rings, I would have hurt them fucking badly too. But I would not have got out of that alive, probably. So I'm happy nothing bad happened. But yeah, no, that was terrifying because like I didn't know what to do. Like I took all of them. Turns out she lied, and now all 3 of them like apologized to me, and they're now all good friends of mine. And I'm like, what the fuck? So that could be the
Yeah.
weirdest thing too, because like I did not expect them to try to kill me and now become 3 of my greatest friends. So yeah, there's
Yeah,
my
people are weird,
weirdest and
man.
my like yeah, I know. So my weirdest and the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. Your move. Let's hear your weirdest.
My weirdest, huh?
Or your scariest.
I'd say it was a pretty okay, so it was like first year and it was parties happening in village and stuff, and
Yeah.
you know how village parties go, everybody's just completely wasted. I decided not to
100%,
take
man.
part, so I was upstairs in my room watching Netflix,
Yeah.
and I hear screaming. I hear screaming downstairs, and I was like, "Oh, what's that about?" So I'm in my boxers, and I walk downstairs, and I see the guys from my house, and the house next door was the rugby guys, so pretty big dudes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, okay.
something happened, and somebody called someone something, and shit just escalated extremely, and I go down, and I see people swinging at each other. And here I was watching Family Guy on Netflix, and to see this stuff happen, it's like, whoa, whoa. Caught me super off guard, but had to help the guys in the house, so we went in, swung a bunch of hands. It was a good time, but I guess it was kind of scary in the moment because like caught me super off guard and shit.
Okay.
It was
I mean, you
an
have okay.
eventful
Did you
night.
have fun fighting though?
Oh, I love
Be
fighting.
honest.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's what I live for.
There you
I
go.
live for.
Right.
I'm currently training in new martial arts, so
Yeah, I think you told me about that.
I started I think I want to say 2 months ago.
Hey,
I started
that's good.
Muay
That's good.
Thai.
Yo, that's a
So
deadly one.
black belt in Taekwondo, black
Fuck
belt
yeah,
in
my guy.
Jiu-Jitsu,
That's how you
and
do it. That's how you
now
fucking do it.
I'm training Muay Thai.
I think I don't have any black belts. I got too lazy. I don't have the discipline anymore to do that kind of shit. But no, man, that's great.
Yeah,
And Muay Thai as well. Like it's
intense, yo. It's pretty
it is.
hardcore.
But if you like,
It's
because I had a friend who learned Muay Thai, and then he learned the ancient version of it, which is like Muay. I can't remember the exact name of it. I know it starts with Muay, but I can't remember the second part of it. But it's like the deadlier version of it. I'm like, what the fuck, my guy? But it's really like it's super intense, and you have to understand how to like limit yourself while you're doing either Muay Thai or the ancient version. It's always really cool to talk about. I love not just like seeing people fight, but like learning the theory behind why they do it and like how they do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
no.
like him.
You good, Sid?
Oh yeah. You kind of cut off.
Oh, sorry, no, I cut up so you can talk. That's why I meant like
Oh
you
no.
like.
I said I just like inflicting pain. That's it.
Yo, that's the best answer I've ever gotten to that question.
It's fun. The adrenaline rushes are fun.
You're not wrong, man. I've gone to like 1 or 2 street fights. Yeah, no, it's always as much as I dislike getting into them now. I remember how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, but yeah, no, that. So that was the scariest. What about the weirdest one you've ever had? What-
I wouldn't say I have a weird.
So, what is the weirdest piece of knowledge that you know?
The
Did she
skin on your
was-
elbow is called a weenus.
Yo, that was my one, man. Why'd you have to take that fact? Wait, did she say the weirdest person, or the weirdest fact that I know?
The fact. Weirdest piece of knowledge.
Oh, weirdest piece of knowledge that I know. Yeah, I think the weenus one is like the big one.
Yeah.
Like every other. I know a lot of random facts, but I just don't know them right now. I fucking hate that. Whenever like someone asks me a question specifically about something, I don't know it. But like random times, I'll just know shit.
Australia has 3 A's and each A is pronounced differently.
Pacific has no, it's not Pacific, is it? There's another one. There's another word that's exactly like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I know
It's a
Australia.
word that has like 3 C's in it. Oh yeah. Is it Pacific? You know this shit's gonna get me mad. I can't fucking remember words. No, it's not Pacific. It's not Atlantic. It's another weird word that just like has 3 C's in it, but all 3 C's are said differently.
Yeah, there's probably a bunch
Also-
of words out there.
Wait, what's the word for like a word that can be like spelled backwards and forwards the same way like race car?
I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
Right, but like the phobia for it is literally one of those kind of things, and like it just makes me laugh whenever I see that. Okay. It's called a palindrome,
A palindrome, yes.
right?
Literary
But like
devices, grade 10 English.
if people don't like palindromes, like the phobia for a palindrome is literally a palindrome. It makes me laugh so hard. People are like, "Yo, what's your phobia?" You can't even say your own phobia because you're that terrified of it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yo, okay, you know what? On that topic, what's a phobia you have? I want to know that.
I'm scared of nothing.
Nah, there has to be something, my guy.
There's really nothing out there.
Really?
Yeah, not really.
Damn, okay. I mean, that's fair.
Nothing
Shit.
intimidates me like that to the point where I'd say it's a phobia.
Okay, but there's like certain things that like scare you.
Eh.
Okay, wait. Let me rephrase it. There are certain situations that would scare you in the moment, but afterwards it wouldn't be that bad.
Nah,
Like-
I wouldn't say I have anything.
Nothing really. Okay. Wait. Let's see what.
I don't want to fail
I
school.
have this stupid phobia that I know is stupid, but I can't swim at night alone, or I think like a shark will get me, whether it's in a pool or something.
A pool, yo. You just are swimming in the middle of a pool. A fucking shark just appears.
Sharks are cool.
Oh, they are cool. Here's the thing, sharks. If you're not scared of them, they're actually really fun to like. If you're doing like scuba diving and shit, some of the coolest experiences of that shit.
I wouldn't want to come across one like that.
I don't know. I've come across 1 or 2. They're not terrifying. they're like being up close to them. It can be intimidating, but they're not like extremely scary until they open their mouth. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But no, like I have an irrational fear of three things: needles, spiders, and heights. And here's why I say they're irrational. Like, I understand they're like very common ones, but the problem is, I like when I was like, how do I explain this? Basically, I don't fear pain. Like, I'm the type of dumbass that will go like on my bike, go as fast as I can, hit both brakes, and like flip myself over. I'm fucking okay with that. Right? And then, but it comes to a needle, I just can't take a needle. Like, I don't know why. It fucking terrifies me. So to me, that's irrational. Even with spiders, I'm not terrified of like other bugs, right? And like, I don't know why a spider scares me. Like, I don't fear being bitten by one. I don't fear any of that shit. I don't like it. And with heights, I do so much dumb shit that like I climb. Like, I love climbing to like the top of shit. I love like doing that kind of stupid stuff. So the fear of heights makes no sense to me there. So I have three of the stupidest fears in my opinion, because I don't understand why I have them. But like the fear of the shark thing, if I was out like in like open waters, like say it was like a cottage and I was swimming out like that, or I went to a beach, I understand that that is terrifying because I've had friends be like stung by jellyfish and shit. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can't do that.
Sure.
But like I've done some like late night swims in like pools. I enjoy it because it's a lot more chill. There's not many more people there, and like depending on who I'm swimming with, because I used to do a lot of competitive swimming, I get to chill out with them and have like some nice practice time with them as well. Plus, if you're into the Voyager kind of stuff, exhibitionist, if that's your kings, you got a nice little place to go do shit with.
Yeah. Some weird people out there.
Yo, you know what? It's
I'm
more
not
fun that way.
shaming, though.
Yo, you can. You know what? To each their own. You
Yep.
like to go into a pool and have sex? Go at it. Just try to be as sanitary if possible. I don't know how you can be sanitary, but just try. Oh, okay, wait. What was the question? Oh yeah, what was the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you? We still haven't gotten your answer for that, man.
I've been pretty high for a couple days. I thought I overdosed, so I was gonna call the cops, but I didn't.
Like, okay, wait. Like when we say high, like were you like peak level of high, or you're just like buzzed and like you know you're high, but you still have like cognitive ability to do shit?
No, I was like peak level high. Like I didn't go to class for 2
Really?
days.
Yo, how much did you smoke up, my guy? Oh,
I had edibles, and I was told not to have too many, but the cookies tasted way too good, so I had like 6 cookies.
Yo, what the fuck, my god?
I was so cold. I had my phone in my hand, and I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna call the cops because I need to get to a hospital."
Yo, there's a reason you don't have too much eddies. That's like the basic rule of having eddies. You have the limit.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that.
Damn. Okay, wait. I guess we're doing high. Oh, okay. This one happened recently. This was a very weird thing because it was my first time doing eddies. So, this was on Sunday night. All right. So I took one, and like how I don't know if I told you, but I usually take like 20 was the max I ever took, which was your thing as well. Your recommendation to do the 4 gems.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I had like that was my max of ever 20, right? And now the ones I got, each one is 25.
Okay.
And I haven't had any weed since like April,
Yeah, I haven't smoked in a hot minute.
right? So I took one, and like my friend, I texted him who like got it. I'm like, yo, how long does it take? It's like about an hour-ish. So like an hour goes by, I still don't feel it. And like a couple minutes go by, and I feel like midway, like I'm buzzed, like, but I can still like talk and do shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then I sit down, I open up a YouTube. Oh wait, let's listen to this.
My first time doing syrup, I drank like half the bottle, and I ended up being high for like 4 days.
Oh yo, you can get syrup. I forgot about that. You drank a whole bottle? What the? What is with you guys? There's a reason there's like a limit. Just do the limit. Anyways. Anyways. So I opened up YouTube because I'm like, oh, I remember like you can type in like on YouTube videos to watch while you're high, right?
Uh-huh.
And one video came up was like ways to boost your high. And I'm like, yo, that looks cool. I gotta watch it. So I start playing it. I'm just chilling in my chair. I have a friend on a call right now. I'm like videoing with her, and like we're watching this video, and right now it's just nothing. It's just like fruits falling. I'm like, oh, that looks fun. That looks nice. And I knew it was high. But then out of nowhere, like it just turns into an ad. Like Geico comes up and it's like skip the ad. I'm like, whoa, what the? And I'm like, okay, we gotta stop for a second. He's like, I need to take a breather. Yo, that was a way. What happened just now?
Yeah.
So I took a breather and I started watching it again. And then out of nowhere, like it had like a That's So Raven thing. And like, you know, have you watched That's So Raven?
Yeah.
So you know how like whenever she has like her mind thing, or like her future thing, she like turns and like bright light and changes to another scene, right? So that happens, and then like I don't know where a man comes in, he just keeps talking and talking and talking. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? I was so confused. I've never been that. The thing is, I've been higher than that, but that was like one of the weirdest ones I've ever had. Like I've had highs where like I'll be sitting down and then I'll have like a movie just playing in front of me that's not actually playing. It's just playing in my head. I don't know what the movie is. It's just playing, and I'm like so confused by that.
What's y'all's most embarrassing moment?
Jeez, y'all
I
trying to
shit
like
myself
out
in
us.
kindergarten.
You had like no thoughts. You went straight out to it.
I like ate some fucked up shit the day before, and I remember I went to school and I felt sick, so I went to the washroom, and then it was just a mess.
Most embarrassing
My
moment.
grandpa had to pick me up from school because I just couldn't go back to class because I like fucked my pants up.
I love that. Like you didn't even think about it. Like the other ones, you had to be like, "Oh, what is it?" No, embarrassed about bam.
No, because I haven't embarrassed myself after that. I'm a smart guy, so.
Oh, okay. I also love that there are like fucking viewers are making us expose ourselves right now. Okay. My most embarrassing one happened around 3 years ago. So, this is like a little longer of a story. So sorry for our listeners, but I was an army cadet. If you didn't know that, and as an army cadet, I rose to like the second highest rank. Now, how like it works on a normal night is I take command of the parade, like all the cadets, and then pass it over to the top ranking cadet, and then he passes it on to the officers. That's how it works, right? Now, on this particular day, I can't remember if it snowed or rained, but it was like there was a lot of like water inside of our armory, like where we did our parades and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the floor was wet, and we asked some like cadets to like mop around so like nobody slips. But for some fucking reason, this dumbass did not wipe the one spot where I had to stand, like when I marched up to it. And I didn't look down because like you're supposed to look straight when you march. So I'm marching up there. By the way, I'm also wearing a kilt. Okay, this makes sense. This adds on to it. So I was wearing a kilt, right? I'm marching up there, and I go up there, and I don't know if you've ever seen how like when you take command, you have to stand, you stomp, you then turn, and you stomp, right? That's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how you. I go up there, and I lift my leg up to do the first stomp, and I like fell. Like I slipped on the water because it was like a nice puddle, and I literally, luckily, I caught myself. I like dropped my hand, caught myself, and slowly picked myself up. Now you have to remember, I'm in a fucking kilt as well. I was almost like fucking vertical, like I was almost horizontal in the air for like a couple seconds, like milliseconds, and like I got up. I looked down and I could see a giant like line, like a big black line from like my boot polish scraping on the floor. And I looked down at it, and I'm looking at everybody right now. They're trying their hardest not to fucking laugh at me. I just have to like kill all emotions and yell, and then I just leave. And afterwards, like when I pass on the parade to the top guy, he looks at me and he's like, "Yo, you good? You fell like hard. Are you okay, my guy?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think." And like so I like march away, and then like normally how it goes is like at the end of the parade, I take the officer passes on to the top cadet passes on to me, and I dismiss everyone, right?
Mhm.
So instead of doing that, the officer stays, calls me up, and he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Are you sure?" And he looked down. He came close. Like, "Are you wearing underwear, by the way?" And I'm like, "Fuck yes, I am." Because it's tradition. You're not supposed to wear underwear when you wear a kilt. You're not
Oh,
supposed to. Luckily, I did.
wow.
Oh yeah, I know. It's a weird tradition. So I'm like, yeah, I did. And yeah, no, that was my most embarrassing moment just because of like how big it was. It was in front of so many fucking people who I had to like be command of. Okay, wait, let's see what this one is.
What is the most disgusting thing that has ever happened to you?
Okay, so yeah, what's the most disgusting? We got another one.
Is this message coming through? Tester.
Yeah, the
Well,
message did come through. I think it was like a test message because I didn't know how to use the thing, but yeah, the message came through. You're
yeah.
good. Most disgusting thing that's ever happened to me.
I shit my pants.
You're most embarrassed. Yeah, that's a 2-in-1 right there.
Yeah.
Most disgusting.
Oh god, it's 1:48. I need to hop off soon, dude. I have an assignment that we got at the beginning of the semester that I haven't started yet. That's due
Yo, what the
tonight.
fuck, man? Bro, you gotta do that shit.
And
You know what? Most
I have a term
disgusting.
test
Okay.
tomorrow.
All right, okay. We're gonna do this real quick. My most disgusting, I think, was So I got a dog recently, right? You gotta go pick up its fucking shit whenever I take the shit. The bag I rolled out had a hole in it. Grabbed it, realized too late. Looked at my hand. I'm like, fuck. I probably have like a more
Nice.
disgusting thing that's happened before, but we're short in time. We'll take this. So this is the last question. After this, we're gonna like wrap it up. All right? I go with you, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's take it.
Mine is what it was at my first rave, and this dude behind me, high as fuck, he pulled down his pants and just started peeing on my leg.
He peed on your what? Yo,
Wow.
I heard was like a guy at a rave peed on something. Either
Or
way,
leg.
that's or leg. Oh my god, I am never going to a rave. Actually, I still do want to go to a rave, but that concerns me still.
I don't fuck with raves.
Jeez, all right. You know what? Fuck it. Damn, that is disgusting. I feel like I've had more disgusting things that happened. I think I've had like one time where like someone puked on me after drinking too much. I legit don't remember because I think I was drunk too.
Yeah.
Man, okay, well, I guess we should wrap it up now. This has been a good session. How long have we gone on?
Hour 13.
Yo, 13. Yo, we've had 40 listeners. Yo, we're doing better.
Let's get it.
Yo, that's good. That's good. I like that. Okay, so well, for all of you guys listening right now, I hope you guys enjoyed talking with us and listening to us talk about various topics and ranting about various fucking things. By tonight, this will be posted on our YouTube channel. If you want to go check that out, it's also called Random Stuff with Mara and Sid. If you want to email us topics, at the bottom, like in our description, I put our email in there, which is way too long for me to fucking spell out or say, so you're just gonna have to find it. And for some odd fucking reason, if you don't have an email, which would be really fucking weird in this day and age, but you have Instagram, I do link both of my Instagram and Sid's Instagram. So if you want to hit us up with a DM for some questions or topics you want us to talk about, there's a place. Anything else you want to say, my guy?
Nope, not really.
All right, so I guess our next one will be on Monday, around the same time.
Yeah, that works for me.
All right, fucking perfect. Well, I'll see you motherfuckers on Monday then. Take care of yourselves and peace.
Peace out.